Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar, and I don't even know how I'm gonna start this off because it caught me all the way off guard. So let me just start talking and see where it goes. So I went on my last break, right? So I look in the door to where the people sit who create the schedules from day to day. My friend, who has been working there for the last 10 to 15 years, is in there. He usually works the daytime shift doing that job. Now, when he came in the door, when he first started working there, like, he worked his way up from the literal bottom. So he already know what goes into everything. Every now and again, he will volunteer to work and do my job and stuff like that. And so, you know, it is what it is, right? Well, let me get right back over because this person doing the most right here. And so, you know, he knows the ins and outs of this place. You know what I'm saying? He already know what it takes. And like I said, he has trained me. Like, when the class happened, he was the one teaching the class. At this particular job, they actually will send you off to like a whole other state. I think he said he had to go train somewhere in Texas, somewhere in Arkansas, and all kinds of random places. Child, I'm in Virginia. Why we gotta do all that? Like, y'all doing the most. I would have never thought you have to do all that, but he had to go to all these different places in order to train, in order to do what he had to do to be somewhat of an instructor / trainer when I came in the door. Okay, so, you know what I'm saying, he know what he doing, he know what he talking about, and he actually is well respected there, right? Child, so I'm talking to him, and first of all, dagger to my heart, I told y'all that the person who had allowed me to have things shipped to her home had been acting funny, right? So since she been acting funny, she don't respond to nothing that I say to her, except for the most recent time when I told her to have a good weekend, and then she, you know, finally said, "You too." And I mean, it was just dry. You can just tell it's a dry situation now. And I'm just like, I don't understand why you being dry with me. I'm not doing nothing to you. I haven't stolen from you. I haven't done anything to you. You offered up your address for me to be able to send my packages to your home because you, I guess, felt sorry for me because people were stealing my packages. You've known me for the last 3 years. We've been cool almost since the beginning of that time frame. So I'm just like, I don't understand why you acting like this. So we don't talk. I just got to the point where I'm seeing the energy that you putting out there. I'm gonna reciprocate energy. I'm just not finna do the most, because normally I do the most. I go up for people. I'm not doing it. The most she gonna get out of me is a have a good day or have a good weekend or something like that nowadays, because it's like, you doing the least. So the first thing out of my friend's mouth is, he was like, "Oh, guess what? I was talking to your friend. Your friend reached out to me the other day." I'm looking like, who he talking about? Because when we say friend, it could literally mean somebody that you cool with, or it's just a random person. He was referring to her. The heifer reached out to him, texted him. And I'm looking like, oh, okay. You know, I'm trying to play it off because we used to talk all the time. So I'm like, oh, okay. Told me for the last 2 days straight, just talking up a storm. Keep in mind, y'all, she don't really talk like that unless she know you like that. And then she got to be in the mood or whatever. So I'm like, oh, you in a talkative mood to talk to my friend, but you can't talk to me. Oh, okay. And I mean, she usually don't reach out to him or none of this. So I'm like, oh, okay then. So I say, you know what? I'm not going to be petty. I'm not even going to put our business out there for him to be like, well, dang, I thought y'all was cool. And then trying to, you know, himself trying to decipher what's going on. Because at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what's going on myself because I haven't done anything to her. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, child, it's a really sad situation because I don't be doing nothing to nobody. And then I end up getting the short end of the stick. And that's why I don't be wanting to make friends with nobody. That's why I don't want to do nothing. I I've just definitely gotten to that point in my life where I'm just like, I don't want to associate with nobody, because some kind of way, eventually it might end up backfiring. And with this situation, when I tell you it is the most random, because I have done absolutely nothing to her, it's like, why are you treating me this way? I haven't done anything to you. This is very, very strange. Like, crazy, right? So I'm just like, okay. So then he proceeds to say, y'all listen to me clear. He proceeds to tell me that she said that she got to get some things straight at her current job, because she's going to put in for a job over there where we first met, at the job where I'm currently at right now. And I'm saying to myself, what? Keep in mind, we had a job fair a little while ago, right? Or whatever, right? And so he told me, he was like, oh, tell her that we got a job fair, da 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 da. I was like, okay. So I told her, which that was the last time she actually responded. And even then, it was kind of like biggity the way she said it. And I said, oh, well, he said, we have a job fair. I took a picture of the little printout situation that they had at my job. Like, they do the most. They have like this big old like easel where they have like printed stuff on it. Like, they did the most. So I went out there, took time on my break to take a picture of it and everything and send it to her. And I was like, oh, well, he told me to send this to you and da 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 da. She was like, I don't need that. I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm trying to get out of this city. And of course she named the city. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's like, I'm just saying to myself, well, dang, you ain't have to get an attitude about it. Like, I mean, all I would do was passing along a message, because I didn't say, oh, let me go and take a picture of this and volunteer you as tribute. He told me to go take a picture of it and send it to you. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. I was like, I don't think she want to come, but okay. And so I was just like, okay, y'all, when I tell y'all, I feel some type of way, and I don't like feeling some type of way when I know I've done nothing wrong to you. So, like I said, he told me she done reached out to him for the last 2 days, been texting him like crazy. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm not finna bring up nothing. I'm not bringing it up. I'm just gonna mourn the end of it, or the piece of a friendship that is supposed to be that's left of it, because it's like, I didn't do nothing to you. Y'all did. She got on social media the other day, posted a picture of herself and said, I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. And I'm just saying to myself, I was awake. And I was just, passing the time. Like, I'm at the bottom of the rotation list. Like, I had been having constant communication with her, which was pretty much one-sided up until I went down to the bottom of the rotation list, right? So I had already told her, like, I was sending her copies of my schedule and everything, telling her, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I might actually get my days off, because I'm going down to the bottom of the rotation list as of right now. As long as this pans out, I'm going to get my 60 hours. Oh, if this pans out, I'm going to get my days off. Da, 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 da. I'm just sharing all this stuff with her. This is normal. This is normalcy. I tell her about what's going on at that job, because she understands the different terminology that I use. Because if you don't work there, you're not going to know about some of the stuff I'm talking about. You're not going to understand. You're not going to understand the abbreviations for the departments, none of that stuff. But she's the only person that I have befriended that no longer works there that would understand. So whenever I talk to her, I tell her about that. Tell her about the stuff that the side heifer doing. Like, this is normalcy. Several times a week, I would not even call her. I would send her voice messages on Instagram. And, it is what it is, right? So that's what I would do. This was normal. And when we weren't doing that, sometimes she actually would take it upon herself to send it, because, like I said, she don't really be out there like that. Like, she don't just, like with this, like, situation, like with what I'm doing right here, she would never do something like this. Like, she would never, like, create a page and, just record herself doing anything or whatever. And so I'm just like, okay. it is what it is. So anyway, to make a long story short, she reaching out to other people, she talking to other people, she doing the most, going up for other people, but can't speak to me. You don't want to talk to me. We could have hung out. We have not hung out in I don't know how long, y'all. But you paying me dust. Okay. So it's hurtful. I'm just gonna be honest about it. I'm trying not to tear up, but I am tearing up because we were supposed to be friends. It was very strange that we were in a place where I was talking to her at work, and like we became fast friends, and everybody saw it, everybody knew it. It just was what it was. And we were hanging out all the time. We were, you know what I'm saying, talking all the time. It was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what is this woman doing? Yeah, this woman doing the most. Yeah, keep going that way because I ain't got time for it. You doing the most. So I'm just like, I definitely feel some type of way because I have done absolutely nothing to her. Absolutely nothing. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to tear up, trying not to cry. Because I thought that we were really good friends, but apparently that has become a one-sided situation. And I understand that at times circumstances change or whatever, but I have not done anything to her. I would understand if I had wronged her, but I didn't. You would think I had stolen from her, and like you would think I went inside of her house, stole something on the low, and even though it's not a major item, she just like, dang, she stole from me. And it's like, you know, I'll stay friends with her just to see what she doing or whatever because I'm nosy and I ain't got no life. But let me just, you know, I don't know. It's just, it's so weird to me. I don't I have done absolutely nothing to her but be a friend. I'm not even gonna go into the things that I've done for her because I don't need to brag on that. She knows what I've done for her. And when I tell you, without her even having to ask me for anything, I have reached out to her and have offered things to her. And I'm over here by myself out here. I have no family nearby. Her family is in DC. This is the DMV. She literally can get home in no time. They got trains, they got everything. For me, I got to do a whole ordeal. Like, even if I ain't had no money like that, I would have what I needed to have. She would be able to have what she needed to have in order to just go home. If she wanted to go home, it's nothing for her to go home. It's a whole ordeal when I'm trying to go home. And I'm just like, I've just gone above and beyond for her because I thought that we were great friends. We've gone to events together, and I'm just like, there are things that I've confided in her. It's sad. So I don't know how to proceed with this. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I need to just kind of wait and feel it out and see if she, you know, changes back or whatever. But at this point, I'm just like, we grown. Like, there is no reason for you to have acted like this towards me. And then if she start back working there, I don't know how to feel. But now let me go ahead and go into what I originally was gonna come on here and say, because that threw me for a loop. That I'm in the middle of talking to him, and the first thing he say to me is that this heifer reaching out to him, like she's texting him. They're friends on social media, but you're reaching out to him by phone, texting him. Somebody who you don't never reach out to, but now you're reaching out to him to talk to him, but you can't say hey, bye, nothing to me. Like, okay, y'all, I'm sorry. If I'm friends with you, like, anyway, so fast forward. So I'm talking to him. And so he was like, how everything going? I said, I mean, whatever, it's going. And so he was asking me about the job because obviously he works there in that office and they sent everything over to them in a file. So I explained to him everything that I told y'all. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying, he was like, oh, well, I would go up there and say something to somebody. I was like, I did. I went up there and I asked them what was there for me to improve upon, like what was going on. You're telling me nothing. You're telling me that the interviews went well. There's nothing that I need feedback on as far as what you're telling me, but you keep passing me up. I've been putting in for jobs for the last 9 months at the bare minimum. At least 9 months straight, I've been putting in jobs consistently for the same 2 jobs. But y'all won't hire me full time. Okay. So he goes on to tell me, he was like, no, that ain't gonna fly. Because I would still be going off right now. And I was like, every single time this has happened, every single time they settled upon whoever they were going to keep and have hired on and all this other stuff to work in those departments, I went and I asked them, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I kept checking to see who got the job. Who got the job? Hey, what's going on? I haven't heard anything. Da, 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 da. I'm always on top of all this stuff. And it was a continual slap in the face. Continual, all of that. Slap in the face. So he said, oh, I'm going up front. I was like, Lord. I just looked away. I was just like, Lord. He was like, no, I'm going to go up front because this don't make no sense. Because I told him straight up, every time I put in anything, I take a picture of it. When I sign my name on it, I take a picture of it and I put it in the box. And so we discussed what I've told y'all before, which was that box, I don't even understand the purpose of it because you can literally reach down in it and take something out. And so I told him, I said, I have no idea if I've been sabotaged. I have no idea if somebody sat up there and removed one or several of the applications that I put in. I don't know. Because I just started getting interviews. But months had already passed by since the first time I had ever put in for anything and never got offered an interview until the end of December 2022. So I was saying to myself, well, maybe they got desperate. Like, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I mean, I told him the whole situation. He told me, oh, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to have a conversation. I was like, that ain't going to do no good. They ain't going to do nothing but tell you the same thing they told me more than likely, which is, well, the job that we offered you is the job that you most recently applied for. And we didn't interview you for the other job that you're inquiring about, but that job interview is good for 6 months. And since that last interview happened on the 28th of December, I still have a little bit of time left before they would interview me again because it will be the same questions. So there's no reason for them to interview me again. But like I said before, when I went and stood in her face, I asked her, what am I doing wrong? Trying to understand. When they called me back, after they deliberated or whatever you want to say they did, I was still greeted with, we gave you the job that you applied for, even though it's not a job. That's the one that we, gave you. And I'm just like, they're still not answering the question as to why I'm getting passed over for full-time positions back there that have been up there continuously. Y'all keep putting these jobs up here every single time. The only jobs that I have only put in for have been jobs back there. 2 jobs in particular. Every time y'all put the job up, I put it up. I end up putting it in. I submit it within the time frame because the dates are on there as well. So, I mean, you can't say I didn't do it. Then, the place that you have to put it, there are 2 cameras. One that's closer to the box and another one that is a little bit further away. But I take a picture of everything that I submit. So it's like, what is really going on here? Like, did somebody sabotage me and take my stuff out? Is somebody lying? Do y'all just have the picks and chooses that y'all want to put in these positions? Because it's not making sense. And most of these people are trash. Most of them don't know what they're doing. Most of them came way after me. But I feel stupid because in my mind, I feel like, oh, I already got one foot in the door because everybody and their mama want me back here. But when I apply, everybody else get the job but me. And I keep getting passed over. And I'm like, it ain't making sense to me. Like, somebody gonna have to explain to me what is really going on because it ain't adding up. The math ain't mathing. So my friend said, oh no, I'm going up front. And I was like, no, it ain't gonna do no good. I was like, do what you do. It ain't gonna do no good. And then I told him also, I was like, make it so bad to add insult to injury. I done went up there. I had already told him I was gonna go up. I told the guy, I said, hey, I'm gonna go up there. Everybody kept asking me, well, what's going on with the jobs? And I told them, well, excuse me, I was offered a job, but it's not a full-on job. And it's a piece of a job, which is not fair. And I have a feeling that certain people got the actual job. And I'm trying to understand why. What is it that I'm supposedly doing wrong? I'm not understanding. I wish this woman was going on somewhere because she's doing the most. So it's just, it's too much. So he was just like, oh, no, I'm going to tell you the way it's going to go. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to say, hey, there was someone who has been applying for jobs. They vented to me, and they said that they have been applying, and they keep getting passed over. It's become very frustrating for them, and it's going to escalate to an investigation. So I'm saying to myself, okay, whatever. Child, the first time I was going to do this video, I had it recording. As soon as I hit the record button, the text message came through for him saying, told you, they already escalated it to an investigation. They're launching an investigation, whatever it is he said. If I think about it, I will include the text message from him. And, of course, just block his name out or whatever to show y'all that that's what's going on. This woman need to stop. I think they told her to go on somewhere because she's doing the most. But anyway, y'all, my bad. But I don't know. Because I had asked him, once he told me he was going to do all that, I was like, okay, so if you really go do all this stuff, do you think I need to go back in my, in the cloud and retrieve everything? He was like, yeah, you need to have all this stuff ready. I was like, okay. And I reminded him about what happened before. I said, before the other person got fired, he said to me that he heard that my interview went well. Like I keep repeating over and over again, if you're going to tell me my interview went well, how are my interviews going well? Y'all have no feedback to give me because it went so great and amazing. To me, if it's that amazing, why is it I'm not getting the job? But anyway, he was under the impression that I never applied for the job and that I applied for the other job. And that was it. And that I must not have been interested. I was like, no, I applied for both. Both were up there and I applied for both. Every time y'all put the jobs up there, I apply for both. Or if it's just one of them up there, every single time y'all put it up there, y'all put a new posting, I'm going to keep on applying. That's what I did. So he was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. I was like, I still have the picture. I take a picture of everything that I sign. And you have to put your signature on the quote unquote application, if you will. So he was like, can you send that to me? I was like, yeah. So I found it, sent it to him. He was like, we're going to have a meeting. And they ended up having a big meeting about it, but they kept pushing it back so many times that it got to a point where the heifer who ended up getting my job, essentially, or one of the jobs I was supposed to get, she should have never got that job. She's barely been there. She barely been there 6 to 9 months of herself. And everybody always complains about her. But like I said, this is one of the many people who keep getting jobs. Every time they look at a job that they want to get, they get it. But me, I don't get nothing except passed over. Okay? And so I was like, well, I don't understand. I put in the application, whatever. So he was like, yeah, you need to get all that ready. I said, okay. So he ended up texting me, telling me that they are launching an investigation pretty much. So I'm not getting excited about nothing. I'm not getting my hopes up about nothing. Like I told y'all yesterday, what I'm going to start doing is I'm treating them the way they treat me. You don't care about me. You don't care about the value that I bring to this company. I'm going to do the bare minimum. I'm going to do the absolute least and get my check and go home. That's what I'm going to do. I don't care. I don't care nothing about it. Don't expect me to set it off on the left, right, front, and the back no more. I'm good. I'm tired. Y'all want to treat me like trash? I got something for you. So I'm going to start looking for jobs. And at the absolute latest, if I can somehow swing it, I'm going to be working somewhere else in a different capacity by New Year's Day of 2024. I'm trying to give myself at least 6 months. Because y'all don't care. Since y'all don't care, I don't care. It is what it is. But he was like, no, you ain't leaving, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, no. I'm going to start looking for jobs. Like, I'm tired. When I put in my letter of resignation, don't look like, oh, no. Let's have a meeting. Why is it? Is she leaving? Why, however, is she leaving? No. No. Keep the same energy you've been having this whole time that I've been putting in applications. Just say, oh, okay. Just realize I'm about to put in all the rest of my vacation time, all my other PTO, all my everything, all my sick days, all that. And I'm finna get paid for every single last one of them. And y'all gonna be short-staffed because all the people that y'all finna bring in right now finna be trash and get fired and quit and everything else. Go and get ready for that. Get ready for it because I'm tired. So anyway, y'all, I keep y'all updated. I don't expect nothing. I expect absolutely nothing to happen. I don't expect anything to change in my favor. I just don't. It is what it is. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening to me vent because I'm so sick and tired of these people. I don't know what to do. Like, why? I'm already dealing with coming in to work to a hostile environment, whether you want to believe it or not. Oh, that's why the police here. I was like, wait a minute. The police here because this woman kept on walking through the parking lot and rolling up on people, and she must have been doing it since they opened. And they've been open since like 7. I think this location opens at 7 at this grocery store. But anyway, y'all, I'm tired of my spirit. But I'll keep y'all updated. I hope y'all have not another unit enrolled up, y'all. Let me go. A whole nother police officer enrolled up. But y'all won't come to my house and tell these people to turn this generator off for disturbing the peace. To me, that's disturbing the peace. To me, it's after 10 p.m. all the time. It's all throughout the day. It's disturbing the peace. Stay disturbing the peace, but you won't get rid of them. You won't get them to undo and unhook the generator. But y'all to load it up for this. Child. Anyway, let me go. Because I'm getting upset again. Let me go ahead and go because I'm finna go home. I'm about to watch the last episode of Snowfall. So I'm about to go get me a couple of little snacks and things. I'm going to eat breakfast. And then I'm going to do what I need to do after that. Because I don't know if I'm going to eat again. But I'm definitely going to try to go ahead and eat me some breakfast. Because they're doing the most. What in the world? Oh, now y'all trying to go hunt the woman down. After she done high-stepped it through the parking lot. I don't know where she disappeared to. But she was just doing the most, rolling up on every single person that would. I'm talking about people getting out their car. Barely to step foot out their car and she done rolled up. Like, ma'am, if you don't get out of here. I don't know what she got going on, but it's kind of scary in this time. People been acting a fool around here too lately, so that's another thing. Like, I understand that there are some people who really are in need, but right now, I don't know. Let me go, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. So y'all, I don't know. I'm still in the parking lot. I haven't even gotten out of my car yet. I told y'all that the investigation has been launched, right? Because of my friend going up front trying to ask and figure out what's going on. So I told him basically, thank you. I don't think anything is going to change, but, I thank you for, going up there for me and all this other stuff or whatever. So then he ended up responding and telling me that here's the number to this person who has an answer for me as to why I keep being passed over. So I was like, oh, okay. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I would love to hear what kind of lies going to be conjured up. Because I'm like, unless somebody been boosting my head up the whole time, it's still not making sense, y'all. If y'all were to see some of these people, you'd be like, how you even get a job here? Like, let alone, this is the department that they allowed you to work in? Like, this is stupid. So anyway, I called the woman because I was reluctant at first. I was like, am I going to call her when I get home? or am I going to call her right now before I go in the store? So I was like, yeah, let me just go and call before I go in the store. Because if I'm going to be pissed off, I want to go and get it out of my system now so I can be done. Because I don't want to do it. Then I'm at home. I'm trying to watch the last and final episode of Snowfall. And then I can't focus on nothing but that. Well, I called a woman. She didn't answer the phone. So I left her a message and told her who I was and why I was calling. She called me back like a minute or two later. So then I answered the phone and she told me that she had an answer for me, which was basically that, she's going to have to get the notes from when the interview happened, because she, all she knew was that my interview went exceptionally well for the half of a job that they offered me. But they said that it was a no-go pretty much for me getting that job. And I'm saying to myself, but why though? And so, I straight up told her, like, I mean, that's confusing to me, because people who were considered to be like the higher ups were coming up to me and saying, oh, I heard your interview went so well. They came to me, like the people who interviewed me were telling them that I interviewed. I heard you had an interview. They said it went well. If that's the case, then why do y'all keep passing me over for a job? And every time I look up brand new people, random people who ain't never been back there, all kinds of people are the ones who getting the job and not me. Like, what is really going on? So she said that, she was going to get the notes. She's going to locate the file. Because first of all, the main person who headed up the interview, he ain't even there no more. And like I told y'all before, he was saying to me that had he known that my most recent interview was going to happen, he would have came in later so that he could sit in on the interview, because he enjoyed interviewing me. That's why I keep feeling like it's a slap in the face, because every time I turn around, you saying that the interview went well as the interviewer yourself. Everybody else that you told about the interview, you said that it was a great interview. So at this point, if it was a great interview, it's not making sense why y'all said no. Like, why did y'all say no to me but gave the job to everybody else and their mama? And then the way she explained it was, it's still the same policy when it comes to you getting a no. If they pass on you, you're going to be passed on that job. You might as well not even apply for that job no more until after 6 literal months have passed by. So I'm not going to be able to apply no more until like June 28th or something like that for that particular job that they passed on me for. So I was like, okay. That's crazy to me, especially given the fact that I gave a great interview. But go off though. Y'all, I'm trying my best. I just feel like I'm getting tagged from all sides. So then, child, why she asked me why did I go to HR? Because something happened and I was like, I had to go to HR and And so she was like, well, if you don't mind my asking, so I don't have to go and locate the information myself, could you tell me what happened surrounding the situations where you had to go to HR? She asked me specifically if I could tell her what the person's name was and all this other stuff. I was like, sure. Told her the heifer's name, told her the situation. She's on the phone, obviously clutching her pearls, because everybody who has been here for the Married Man Side heifer saga, you already know what it's hitting for. To make a long story short, this heifer can't stand me because a married man that she is screwing has an interest in me and everybody else and their mama. And she done seen him trying to interact with me, then heard about him trying to interact with me, and she hating. So she makes it her business to try to make my life a living hell while I'm at work. She's gone to supervisors and lied to them as if I don't do my job. So they'll sneak around and try to watch me while wasting their time, pretty much. They wasting their time because they've been fed lies about me. So I'm like, okay. Then you go and talk to brand new people coming in the door after I done already came in the door that you supposed to be training, feeding them lies as if I'm a terrible worker, and they come back and tell me, well, I don't know how you even work with her. She's saying all these things about you. People done left the job in the middle of the job because of her. Every time I dropped a dime on her and told her straight up, this is somebody who I should have never known of their existence. Their job is to come in there, go and stand in the married man's face, get paid for it, and go home. When we have to work together, She walks off. She don't communicate the fact that she leaving to go to break, because it's not going to always be a given that you're going to go to break at the same time that you normally like go to break. Anything can be going on. You might be playing catch up and you leave a few minutes late. You might have something else planned and you want to go a few minutes earlier. Ain't no telling. But I have to look up and be like, oh, I guess, and then I look at the time like, oh, I guess that heifer went to break, because she won't say nothing to me. But I walk up to her and say, I'm going to break. She ignores that I exist. We supposed to be able to work together. I believe in teamwork. Like and then I took it a step further and told her that how I know it must be something with her is the fact that way after I started working there and all that stuff, she went off on a pastor's wife. This woman don't do nothing to nobody. She is one of the sweetest people I've ever dealt with. Like, everybody usually live for her. Everybody be like, oh, she's so sweet. Oh, she's so sweet. And she done went off on her for no reason. And it's like, girl, all the woman did was exist and you yelled at her. That's all the woman did was exist and she was yelled at. I told her about how she yelled at me for no reason and I was the breaker. And then when I finally started putting two and two together, it's because you screwing a married man that I have no interest in. Girl, I can't. I really can't. I can't. And so I told her straight up, I said, if y'all knew all of the things that she's into, y'all really would be like, how is she still here? Like, y'all just don't even know the half. I told her straight up, y'all don't know the half. Because I was about to drop a dime on her about how she be selling drugs out the car. You selling weed. We got dispensaries and things here. We don't need you. We don't need you to be selling these things. Who are you? In the parking lot, at work, honey, selling these things. Oh, she be at the job wearing unauthorized, I done forgot the name, y'all. I can't even think about it right now. But anyway, certain things she's not supposed to be wearing at work and she wear it. And don't nobody say nothing to her. Oh, but if I was to wear it, that'd be the win off. I'm just saying, there's just so many things. And I told her straight up, I classify her as an evil person. Like, she is pure evil as far as I'm concerned. Because for you to be somebody like that, like every time you look up, you have beef with everybody, but don't nobody have, you the one who have beef with almost every single person in that building. But I get along with everybody but you. So who's really the problem here? And I mean, I told her straight up, I said, look, I'm going to tell you straight up like this. She is somebody who should not have even been on the payroll no more. She should not even be on payroll. But she's there. And I told her straight up, I said, for some reason, people like her prosper and people like me keep getting slapped continuously in the face. Y'all keep pushing me to the side, but people like her continue to excel. But I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. I guess that's the way it is. And I pretty much told her before it even got to that point when she asked me about that heifer, I said, I've just gotten to the point where I realized that, you know, it's apparently not meant for me to get nothing. And I'm accepting that. And, you know, I guess I'm just going to have to wait for something else to come along. Which I'm pretty sure she's smart enough to understand that it's going to be a situation where I'm going to go on about my business and get me a job somewhere else because y'all keep playing in my face. Anyway, y'all, I'm finna go ahead and get my little groceries and then go to the house so I can watch Snowfall. Y'all have a good one. Bye.